Let me ask you something. Why does your heart race before an exam even though nothing is actually happening?
I have an exam tomorrow!
Why do some people panic over things that others see as completely normal?
We ran out of coffee. Oh my god, we ran out of coffee.
Why can I see a cat and say, "Oh my god, there is a cat in the room," while others will have 12 cats at home and play with them every day? And why does fear feel so real, even though my brain knows there is no danger? Today, I want to ask a very simple question. Is fear real, or is it something that we create? And if it is real, what is it trying to protect? Hi, my name is Philip Atir. I'm a final year medical student here in Egypt. And this channel is about understanding why we feel, think, and react the way we do, using medicine, psychology, and honest reflection. Today, we are going to talk about fear. One thing to note though, I'm not here to remove fear from you. I'm here to help you understand why it exists inside you. And this would help you get rid of it. Let's start with fear and evolution. Now, there's something we need to know. Fear is actually older than logic and older than language. For our ancestors, fear was protection. Those who reacted correctly lived, and those who didn't couldn't survive. Fear pushed humans to run before being attacked, hide before being seen, and avoid what might be dangerous. Fear assumes danger, and this assumption helps humans to survive. The same system still exists today, and we call it the fight or flight system. But hey, a cat won't kill me, right? Let's dive deeper into your mind to understand why some people fear a lot of things and other people seem to be fearless. Fear usually starts in our childhood. It starts with a word called biopsychosocial. It consists of 3 parts: a bio part, a psycho part, and a social part. Let's talk about the biological part. If you grow up in a family that is used to be fearful of anything, mean, or even was neglected as a child, this shapes our nervous system. It shapes our reality and how we perceive things. It changes the sensitivity of what we detect fear and make us more susceptible to fear a lot of things. Now the psychosocial part. Picture this. If me as a child, I was scratched by a cat, pain happens, and then fear follows. And second, by observation, if I saw my friend being scratched by a cat, I will perceive cat as danger, and the brain will confirm the danger. However, it could be even more extreme. If me, when I was young, I used to grow up on stories that cat can hurt people, stories will become memories, and my brain will confirm that danger. It could also start with a family. If I grow up in a family that is dead afraid of cats, I will probably grow up thinking that cats are dangerous, and fight or flight response will be triggered inside me on only sight seeing a cat. Finally, there is fear of the unknown. Our ancestors avoided what they didn't understand because the unknown meant danger, and danger meant death. And that instinct is still present today. That's why, if you try to have a new experience, you might feel fear inside you. If you try to go parachute jumping, for example, for the first time, you will feel fear inside you because it's unknown, you didn't try it before, and even it's against your instinct to jump from a high place. But hey, why does fear ignore logic? Why do you consciously know that the cat won't hurt you? However, fight or flight response might be triggered inside you. The answer to this question is very simple. Fear acts before consciousness thinks. It does not ask if something is reasonable. It only asks if this thing will hurt me or not. If the answer is probably yes, then fight or flight response will probably be triggered. That is why logic alone rarely removes fear, because fear lives in memory and association. However, I need you to know that fear is not weakness. It is not a flaw. Fear is a protective response based on past learning experiences. But fear doesn't update automatically, it protects based on past experiences. When fear is unconscious, it controls behavior. However, when fear is understood, it becomes information. Fear can protect you and it can imprison you. Understanding it is what makes the difference. To sum up, is fear real? The short answer is yes, of course it is real. Fear is a real biologic response shaped by evolution, learning, memory, and the unknown. It helped humans survive. However, it doesn't always help us to live. When fear is understood, it loses its power. If this video helped you at all to understand fear and dive deeper into yourself and your childhood, please subscribe to me and wait for my next video about stress.